And I want you to notice what happened right before that happened. Diddy was arrested. Diddy, who has his arms and his tentacles in the entire hip-hop community, gets arrested. And after he gets arrested, then all of a sudden, the entire hip-hop community doesn't fear Drake anymore. Do you understand that? There's something weird about that. There's something to that. Because the reason why there's something to it is because, one, Drake isn't really a scary guy. He's not really somebody that I would ever be scared of. You know what I mean? He's not somebody that you think, that's an intimidating guy. Like, that just doesn't go through your head, right? Like, you don't hate Drake, but that just typically doesn't go through your head. As a rapper, he's not really what you would call a lyricist. Totally, right? The accusations of ghostwriters and all that, you get all that. And you could hate Drake for your reasons or like him for your reasons, whatever it is. I don't know. I don't care. It's not about that. It's about you respect back to back. Is that a world tour or your girl's tour? I know that you gotta be a thug for it. This ain't what she meant when she told you to open up more. Trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. Okay, so you respect that. And there's a piece to Drake you like. And then, but he's not somebody that you see as like a killer, you know what I mean? Not somebody you would feel like is an aggressive guy. He's not an aggressor. He's not somebody that's going to go after you typically, unless you go after him first, right? And, well, we'll be seen with these ones over here, and I'll be seen with them. Yeah. And no friends in the industry. Ain't no kin to me effect. Okay. And anyways, so why would the entire industry wait to go after Drake? Not just that, but why do they all gang up on him like at one time, at once? Well, Drake was at the top of the wagon and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, we understand all that. Okay, we get that. But if you rewind it back, the timing is very suspicious, to say the least. When Diddy's around, everything's fine. Nobody's got a problem with Drake. They're all cool with Drake. No one's saying anything bad about Drake. Everything's fine. Just another day in the hip-hop world like it always was, is, and always has been, and always will be. Everything's Gucci. But then, the minute Diddy gets arrested, that sends earthquakes and shockwaves through the hip-hop community, because everybody learns and realizes really quick that nobody is untouchable. Nobody is unvanquishable. And as a result of that, for some reason, that makes them all say, now's the time to get Drake. So what I'm saying is, behind the scenes, there might be some sort of political games at play where Drake and Diddy had some kind of interwoven thing going on there. And when Diddy got hit like that, it released some of the fear of retribution if you decided to attack Drake. And then they saw that as an opportunity, and they all had a problem with Drake for a very long time, obviously, or at least it appears that way, right? I mean, that's what they say out of their own mouths, that they had this problem with Drake for quite a long time. And, you know, even people that surprise you, like Future, it doesn't surprise me that The Weeknd had a problem with Drake. That doesn't surprise me at all. I could understand why The Weeknd would have a problem with Drake. XO TWOD, I've been listening to The Weeknd since Trilogy, and I know the entire story of how Abel Tesfaye, nobody knew who he was, and he uploads the 3 songs and you can't see his face. And I was in his top 0.1% of Spotify listeners actually one year. I think that was 2024 or something like that. And Then he reveals his face to the world. Then Drake asks him to go on tour, and he's getting like $10,000 a show, which is far less than what he should have actually been making. But, you know, $10,000 a show is good money when you don't got no money. And you're homeless. $10,000 a show sounds like a real good deal. And then Drake basically coerces him into giving half of his album away. And he basically wrote half of Drake's album. In like Marvin's room, he wrote that song. That's why in that song, The Weeknd's not even in that song. And there's a lyric in there that Drake sings that says, "Cups of that XO." And I'm like, like that's, if you needed any more proof that that song belonged to The Weeknd, Drake literally says, "Cups of that XO." Like, why are you mentioning XO, "Cups of that XO," which is a line in other songs by The Weeknd, right? Why are you mentioning The Weeknd's brand name, XO? XO. Why are you even mentioning that if he's not in the song? Like, it's so stupid, you know? And then people would try to make the argument, well, it's because of OVO XO. Yeah, well, that's not true because there's no OVO XO going on here because The Weeknd's not in the song. If The Weeknd was in the song, it would make more sense, right? But he's not in the song. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, it feels more like Drake got that whole entire uncut song from The Weeknd and then draked it up a little bit. So instead of sounding more like The Weeknd typically does, where I'm in control and I am the one that's leading you around like a dog on a leash or a fish with a hook in their mouth, Drake draked it up and simplified it and was more like, you're the one that's leading me with the hook in my mouth and I can't get over you. So, you know, he changed, obviously, most likely changed the production and a whole lot of other things to make it sound more Drakey and not Weekendy. But yet it seems like he forgot that he forgot to take one whole line out of the whole song. Cups of that XO. It's crazy, bro. So I could see why The Weeknd would hate Drake. I always saw that, and I was waiting for that to happen, right? You listen to other songs by The Weeknd, it was only a matter of time before that happened. I take half a hand, but I still stay awake, right? I mean, that's a diss. That's a sneak diss. I could never be the one to hide one. That's a sneak diss. So you knew it was going to happen. I could understand that. And I could understand a few other people as well. But then you found out the whole industry hates this guy. Future doesn't like Drake? Why not? I thought Future and Drake were homies, bro. They're always making songs together. Or whatever, you know? Or an opportunity arose, maybe? I don't know. Mother, the big three. It's just big me. And Wayne is better than all three of you, by the way, in case you didn't know. But honestly, it's just the truth, man, letting you know. And we all in competition for the GOAT. Like, no, you're really not. You're maybe in competition for who's the biggest mainstream artist at this moment in this timeline. But I definitely wouldn't say you're in competition for the greatest ever at all. But anyways, so but I didn't understand why all these people hated Drake. And then they all ganged up on him. Metro Boomin, go make some beats, Metro. Go make some beats, Metro. Man, shut up and go make some beats. What do you even do? You're not even a rapper. Go make some beats, Metro. and various things. But then they all go after him. But they all go after him at once, and it's right after Diddy gets arrested. You think that's a coincidence? I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I think that there's something that we don't know about, like the fans, the people don't know about. That deep down there behind in the dark secret marketplace somewhere, there's some kind of shady deal going on there. And really, I don't really trust Kendrick either, by the way. Because, if we're just going to be forward about everything, let me just go ahead and say, I don't really trust Kendrick either at all, by the way. Kendrick kind of gives me a weird vibe, bro. Like, there's something weird about him. Like, I don't know what it is, but I kind of feel it. I kind of know what it is. But there's something there I just don't like about Kendrick. Like, there's a weird vibe there, bro. Like, I don't know. Because, Kendrick talks about how he's all for God and everything all the time and all this kind of stuff. And people are like, oh, yeah, Kendrick's for God. Oh, yeah, Kendrick's a prophet. And he's a prophet. Do you even know what a prophet is, bro? Like, Kendrick is definitely not a prophet. And really, what it actually is like, and now that you're calling him a prophet, that makes my suspicions even worse, because now the vibe just got intensified, because I was picking up on some kind of vibe like that anyways. Like, I don't know, man. Kendrick's weird, bro. Kendrick's weird. Like, he's just weird, bro. There's just something about Kendrick I don't like, bro. I get weird vibes about him, and I always have. It has nothing to do with Drake or the Drake beef. I've always felt that way about Kendrick. There's just something there. It's weird. And then during the beef, there's some songs in there where it like kind of confirms that vibe, because it comes out a little bit, right? It's like, "Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father," right? And you're like, oh, it's creepy, bro. Like, it just feels disturbing. Like, for real. And but I always felt that way. I don't know. You almost wonder if, like, low key, if like Kendrick worships the devil or something, broski. And then I could already hear all the Kendrick fans now losing their mind. Oh my God, he just doesn't get it. He just lost it. He knows nothing about hip hop at all whatsoever. Might as well throw every opinion into the dust, into the shadow realm, because he has absolutely no idea about anything that has to do with hip hop or rap whatsoever. Because how could he ever say that about K Dot? K Dot walks on water. Doesn't he understand? Like I said, he could spit over a mic and they would give him a Grammy for it. It just doesn't understand. Oh my goodness, how could you ever blasphemy Kendrick like that? Hopefully I might have been listening to me, Kendrick. I am conscious if you do not hear me, then you will be history, Kendrick. I know that you're nauseous right now, but I'm open to lead you to victory, Kendrick. I see the love in her eyes. This is how you capitalize. This is parental advice. Then apparently, I'm over influenced by what you were doing. I thought I was doing the most of someone said to me. That's a good song. I like it. And also, like, you hear that? I know I'm not the only one hearing that.